What's up, family? In this podcast, I'm going to show you the two most important things that I've used that have helped me take my life into the next level. These two things are going to help you set yourself apart from anybody that you know today. If you are somebody who is ready to take your life, your finances, your family, whatever area in your life to the next level, if you do these two things, set yourself apart, you will see your life change immediately. Let's go. What's good, everybody? This is Jaquan again. We are at the J Cubicle. Now, I know it's been a long time. It's because I've really been focusing in on rebranding even the J Cubicle. Everything in my life is literally changing. So I've kind of reframed this to be geared towards the entrepreneur, the business owner, the consultant, the coach, whoever you are, that's in business in some form, shape, way, whatever capacity. And I wanted to create a space that the entrepreneur could refocus and realign himself or herself in order to reach their desired outcome. I believe at the end of this podcast, you should be empowered to be the person you need to be and do what it takes to see your life prosper. Because I'm not with the the fake imagination type of thing. I'm with the real, authentic you. I want you to be the best you. All right. So in this podcast, like you heard, we're gonna talk about the two most important things that that will literally set you apart in this life, in any space that you enter into. I remember when I was working at this company. It was a call center. It wasn't that long ago. But in the time that I was there, I noticed a few things. I love the I picked cubicle for a reason. Cubicle, it reminded me of that office space. It reminded me of even when I first got into finance and business in 2017. Um, one of the things that we all had were cubicles, and a cubicle reminded me of a safe place that ultimately I can rewire my brain to be focused and centered on what I need to focus on. There were a couple of different things. There were three things that I noticed when I was even at the call center that really helped me uh be able to succeed and prosper. And it didn't really hit me until recently, right? So there were, like, you literally were in a cube. There was a divider, meaning that there was a separation between me and somebody else. There may have been two people on each side, but I could not see them if I was focused on what I was focused on. That's the first principle, that when you are desiring to see a certain result, you have to be okay with being separate. And that's not the two major things, but that's a major key that you want to, that's going to culminate this conversation. Okay. And so there was a divider there, and the divider ultimately allowed me to focus in on my screen and focus in on who I was trying to reach. A lot of times what happens in business is people, they are trying to reach people, but they don't have a clear focus. Okay. And the divider, what that did, it allowed me to focus on one thing at a time, one person at a time. I couldn't talk to five different people at the same time and try to live my life in the maximum capacity. And I think we need to talk about that. Well, that'd be another time. All right. Another thing that I noticed about this call center, because there were certain regulations, I could not be on my cell phone. Like, the cell phone was against the protocols and even the laws, because of the sacredness of information. If I could give like a little, principle, is that like, when you have a cell phone, your cell phone can be a blessing, your cell phone can be a hindrance, right? I don't ever want to call it a curse, because it can be a hindrance. And the reason is because your cell phone has the ability to keep you off of task for long periods of time. One of the things that, I've learned about social media, and this is just the nature of the beast. Is that as long as you stay on it and you don't produce and you just consume, you'll always be at the place that you were in. Bottom line. All right. So there were no cell phones. So there were literally no way for people to contact. I would submit to you that if you want to succeed in this upcoming year, I dare you to put your phone on do not disturb. I know, I know, I know, I know you feel like you're the king of the world, the savior of the world, but you're not. You have to get out of this savior, save captain, save a man, save a woman mentality. It's you have to understand that your responsibility is not for other people. Okay, you are responsible for the outcomes in your life. Just you. There is nothing. You can't blame your circumstances. You can't blame your even your finances. You are the person that is in control. When you can learn how to control your life, your spirit, your soul, your body, you can control every aspect around you. You don't need to be involved in everything. Okay, and that's something that you need to work on, and it's something I had to work on too. I love people so much it can be a hindrance for me to be able to do what I need to do. And you want to be at a place where you're operating at maximum capacity, like you are putting the most in to get the highest result. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now what you need to do as well is limit the amount of conversations you have. Like when I was in that cubicle, we couldn't have, there was a divider, there were cell phones, and there was limited conversation. You didn't have time to have little conversations. Many of you are focused on everything else, but the thing that you say is your priority. You profess that everything else takes precedence over the thing that is most, or you profess that is most important to you. And that's the most craziest thing I've ever heard. Imagine me, I'm giving you something that I know. I'm gonna give it to you this way, right? I'm gonna give you an offer where if you do this for this period of time, at the end you'll make $1 million. The problem with many of you is, and even me, I, I'm I'm guilty. I've been so invested in other people's things that I missed the opportunity to actually focus on what I knew I needed to focus on. Many of us could be millionaires by now, but we're not focused. I know, take a deep breath. It's okay. I had to come to grips with the reality, and I'm being very transparent. I had to come to grips that I was not focused. I wasn't. I was doing everything, watching TikTok, watching Instagram, comparing myself. All these things were hindering me from being able to see what I wanted to see. It was not until I recognized the two things that I'm going to share with you today that literally changed the way I viewed my work. Before I view my work, the way I viewed myself. Because many of you, like I gave you that offer, right? You don't you don't really understand the level of work that you do or that you could do to get the outcome. That $1 million. If I told you that I had a plan for you that will help you get to $1 million, but you had to do certain things every day, many people wouldn't do it. Many people would fail. Why? Because of the lack of focus. Focus is a weapon. It's literally a type of weaponry that allows you to be able to not allow things around you to dictate your productivity. I'm gonna say that again. Focus is a weapon that allows you to not allow what goes on around you to dictate your productivity. You know why I love eagles, right? I love eagles because of their laser focus. They are so very precise and accurate to where they're trying to get. If they see a target, they are not going to allow for everything else to deter them from being able to get to where they need to get to. And that is exactly the type of attitude that you have to have with your business. Your business is $1 million business. Multi. It could be. It has the potential to be. But if we, me, us, all of we, if we don't take the time to allow for ourselves to oh my goodness, focus long enough, we will not see it. And then we're gonna live our life in disappointment. Let me tell you two things, and I'm gonna give you the two most important things that you need. There's a difference between being distracted and distractions. To be distracted is an action. It's a state of being. Not only is it an action, but it's an identity. Because you don't say I am distraction, you say I am distracted. So to be distracted means that you are not focused. To be distracted is a state of being, but distractions are the scenarios, the stimuli that provokes you to be distracted. Y'all with me? I hope y'all here, right? And so what I want you all to consider is you are going to be experiencing distractions all day. But make up in your mind that regardless, I'm going to be focused. Here's the two most important things that you're going to need in order to set yourself apart. And I'm telling you, this stuff works. When I'm going to tell you what happened to my productivity. When I put my phone do not disturb, you know what happened? I did not get calls, and I was so immersed in what I was supposed to be doing that I got more done in less time. What if I told you that the secret to your success is you just drowning out the noise? Hello? All you got to do is just shut everything and everybody out. And when you do that, you literally put yourself in a mode of consistent productivity. We need to learn to be consistent and diligent. All right. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. I just might be. But I want us. I want us. This is not just a Jaquan, just you. I'm not even pointing the finger at you. My intention in this podcast is for you to learn to be focused on the thing that's most important. All right, two things. You ready? People say that the highest, one of the most highest value, or not that. People say that money is, or some people say that money is the most valuable. But I don't think so. I think one of the most valuable things that you ever could have is your attention. Number one, you need to learn where to put your attention. I mean, because your attention drives every area in your life. Let me just put it to you this way, right? Your attention is where you put your eyes. And not just where you put your eyes, where you put your time. If I looked at your phone today, I guarantee most of you, and I'm guilty, you would have more time on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok than you would actually doing what you said was most important to you. I can bet money. And I'm not mad at you. What I am is indignant about your success. So what I want you to do is realign your attention. I need you to do a self eval today. Like, I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself and be like, hey, am I really succeeding? Oh God. I mean, when I ask myself that question, y'all, I'm telling you, it was something that was like really mind-boggling because I was like, I could be making more money than I'm making in less time. I could be helping more people. I could be producing more. I could be serving more. I could be helping in another area more. Me, Jaquan, I'm looking at myself, and y'all see me, but y'all don't see me. Y'all see the pretty face. Yeah, I'm pretty. Okay, but but y'all don't really see the things that I think about throughout the day. Like I had a real come to Jesus moment where I said, you know what, Quan, I love you, but you're not where you're supposed to be. Quan, you behind me. Yeah, I was real honest because I'm so accountable to myself, y'all. I'm so accountable to me, my family, my wife. She's my number one. I'm accountable to her. But most of all, I'm accountable to me and God. Imagine God giving you something and you not doing anything with it. You know how disrespectful that is to God? That's wickedness. He calls you wicked. He don't call you a slothful servant. He calls you a wicked servant. You hear? And that type of thing convicted me to a point where I'm like, yo, I'm not doing everything I should be doing. I'm not maximizing what God has given me. I am not. I am not. And I'm honest. So what did I have to do? I had to realign my attention. And it was interesting, and y'all may not be saved, and some of you may be saved. Whoever you are, I heard the Lord speak to me. He said the word recalibrate. And to recalibrate, it literally means to put back on the right place, to put back on center, to put back to its proper function. And I'm like, what have I been doing all this time? Wasting time. That's because if you cannot have a good attention, you will not see anything happen positively in your life. You may have some success, but you won't have long success. That what does attention looks like? It looks like putting your phone down. It looks like turning it over. It looks like telling people no. It looks like when they want to go out and party, it looks like put no, we're not doing it. When they want to drink, no, I'm not. Why? It's not nothing spiritual. This is actually it is spiritual because I'm living a life that ultimately reveals what's inside of me. Your reality, hear me. Hear me with your good ear and your good brain. The reality you see is a reflection of what's inside of you. I said, Jaquan, what are you doing? Jaquan spoke back. He said, not what you're supposed to be. I had to get focused. Attention. Number two, if we are going to be set apart, we are going to have to realign our intention. Two words. Attention is where I put my eyes and time. Intention is where I put my work. I hope y'all catching this. Attention says, I'm not going to go out. These next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm going to send 100 emails, 100 messages every day. I'm going to sell $10,000 a month. I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk to hundreds of people every day until I see what I want to see. Intention is the driver to make certain that where my attention is stabilized. Intention is the motive. You hear me? It's the motive. So attention is where I put my eyes and time. Intention is where I put my work. You cannot live your life only in desire. Desire's purpose is to formulate intention or to provoke intention. To be intentional is to be a person of a decided mind. To be decided means that every other decision or every other option is not good for me. It means to cut off. Literally. To decide means I got to cut off some stuff. If you look it up in the Latin, it means to cut off. Yeah. And to not look back. So imagine the life that you've always imagined. Why is it not a reality? It's because my attention is bad and my intention is bad as well. My intention is my driving force. It's the thing, because I can't live my life on motivation. I can't. Motivation doesn't work. Intention works. Because where there's intention, there's discipline. That means I'm doing the things that literally drive and move the needle for me. Boom, boom. If that means that I need to go to networking events until I meet somebody that I know has my answer or has my solution or has what I need, that means that's what I gotta do. It may not happen in a year. It may not happen in 2. We look at people who have overnight success, but we don't know what they went through. We don't really know. I've succeeded to a point. I can say that. But I'm not where I want to be yet. I can say that too. And I will always be at a place where I want more. I want to get on my mentor's level. I want to get on his mentor's level. I want to go beyond them. Why? Because I'm not the person that's going to allow for there to be good opportunities and bad intention. An opportunity is an opportunity. Time is an opportunity. But intention is what maximizes the opportunity. And should you be a person that does not maximize opportunity, you will miss the fullness of what God has for your life. I love you. I'm telling you this because this is what I've learned. This is something that, when I tell you, I was so like, wow, is this really me right now? And it's just like, yes, this is you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there? Are you going to allow for things just to pass you by? Or are you going to delay? No, you're not. You're going to get your behind up. You are going to pay attention and you're going to be intentional. And then you will experience a life that you've always wanted to live. That's it. That's all I got for you. I hope that you were impacted by this podcast. We are realigning our focuses and removing all distractions so we can reach the outcomes that we've always wanted to see. Every entrepreneur, every business owner, every coach, consultant, we have to get in our brains that attention and intention are the drivers to our business and success and our financial success. Bottom line, what's stopping you? You hearing me? What's stopping you is not people. What's stopping you is not money. What's stopping you is you. And until you get that in your brain, you will always play the blame game. Come out of there. Stop it. Be accountable. Get you some friends. Tell your friends your plans. And not just any friends. Find you a group of people that can hold you accountable. Did you do this? And don't hide from it. Tell them exactly why it didn't happen. Tell them what you did and what you didn't do. Tell them what mistakes you made. That is how you literally grow and develop. Talk to my mentor. Be honest. So, Once again, my name is Jaquan Gamble. This is the J Cubicle. I hope this impacted you and empowered you to make decisions. Make the decision today to become the person, do the work to see the reality. Let's go.